Do you want us to film a Star Wars short? Yeah. What? I want to be Kylo Ren.
I want to be Kylo Ren.
No, I want to be Kylo Ren.
I'm Kylo Ren. Look at my hair. Kylo Ren.
Alright, there's only one way to settle this. Did anyone go see The Last Jedi?
We are here to see Star Wars.
The Last Jedi.
Midnight release.
Yeah, bitch.
How are you? Oh. This is the ultimate showdown between Rey and Kylo Ren. They're both Kylo Ren for some reason, though. Da da. Oh. He's cowering. Nah, he won't be banned.
We're not going to be able to come back.
Yeah, a blacklist from every Star Wars film because it leads to this. Bam, bam. Reenact that cool scene with I don't want to reveal spoilers because I'm standing outside the cinema.
Come and show me.
Oh, should we go see this Great Showman now? What?
Cut.
It's time for the Jedi to end.
Star Wars. The Last Jedi.
That's the fight scene. That was real footage from Star Wars: The Last Jedi. You just saw that.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the film? We'll start without spoilers, and then we'll get into spoilers later, but we'll warn people before we actually spoil it.
Yeah.
So overall thoughts?
A great film. Flawed. Definitely flawed, but very good. Although the weird divide between fans and critics and other fans online is just weird. Like, I've seen people praise this film, mostly critics, and then I've seen a lot of other fans divided. Some loving the film, some calling it the worst film ever made, or some of the worst film this year. Like, I saw a video that's actually on trending. Fucking YouTube, but like a video that's actually on trending where, you know, the title is Star Wars Last Jedi Review Rant Worst Film of 2017, which is completely ridiculous. But, you know, I think it's a great film. Flawed, I can definitely say it's definitely flawed, but I still think it's great after my second time watching it. Although, one thing to say, it's definitely a film you need to see more than once. All right, if you see it once, see it again, because otherwise your opinion will not be very, because I've actually seen people online, you know, where they hated it the first time, they didn't really like it either the second time, but then when they watched it another time or other times, they grew to love it.
I think it was a good film. I don't think you need to rewatch it. I like to just rewatch films in general, but obviously there are some films, like really smart thought through films that benefit from multiple viewings. Like, I think for a lot of people, Inception is like that. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, there wasn't. We've watched it twice. We watched a midnight release and we watched it again yesterday. What the fuck are you doing? So we watched it. I don't think there were that many things I didn't pick up on the first time.
I mean, that's not what I mean. Is that you need to watch it multiple times in order to collect your full opinions on it. Otherwise, yeah.
I don't think I did. I think my opinion didn't change.
I know, but
I watched it again and I liked it. I liked the film, so I enjoyed watching it. But I don't think you have to rewatch it.
No, because I've seen people online who hate it the first time, and then when they watch it other times, they grew to, you know, they ended up liking it a lot more.
But anyway, yeah. I think I agreed with basically what you said, that it's a good film. It has flaws, but
then again,
overall,
all of the Star Wars films have flaws.
Overall, it is a good film. People have a lot of complaints, but we'll get into them when we talk about spoilers, and why their complaints are wrong and why they are wrong and they should feel bad. But yeah, so
otherwise, and and we will let them know that if they talk bad about a film that we like, we will cut them down.
Yeah, okay. There's a bit of a threat there, but sure. How do you think it compares to the other films?
I think it's up there with A New Hope and Return and Empire Strikes Back. It's up there. It's better than The Force Awakens, and it's better than Rogue One for sure. Obviously, it's better than the prequels. I would say it's better than Return of the Jedi, because Return of the Jedi... But then again, both Return of the Jedi and this one have really bad pacing. I mean, this film, I really like it, but the pacing in this film is just off. I'll talk more about it when we get to spoilers, but there's a bit in the... No, I do agree with people. I do think the movie's a bit too long. I do think that it could be shorter, because then it would be more compact, because the second time I watched it, I realised that that there were just certain things that I just lost, that I didn't have interest in. I mean, I've lost my train of thought. Point is, I do agree it is too long. There are definitely some things that you could cut out to make it more compact and make it, just focus on the stuff that you actually have interest in. But we'll get more into that when we talk about spoilers.
I did not think it's too long at all. I'm happy that it's long, because you're spending the same amount of money, you get to watch more. There are scenes that I'd cut. I won't say which because of spoilers. I'll say it later. But I think if you cut the bits I didn't like, it would only be about 5 minutes shorter, which isn't that much, considering it's 2 hour 32 minutes.
Hours.
Yeah, 2 hour 32, I believe. What really annoyed me is that this film is 2.5 hours, and everybody's going to see it. Blade Runner, nobody wanted to see it because it was 2 hour 45 minutes. That's 15 minutes difference. And oh, dare I say it, a superior film. But yeah.
If you haven't watched Blade Runner is 2049 is close to a masterpiece. I wouldn't say it is, but it's amazing. You should go watch it. But we're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, so I was happy with the runtime. I thought there were a few things I didn't like, but again, as I said, it's not going to make a major difference if I were to cut.
I mean, there's an entire section on like this, without spoiling anything. There's an entire section on this new planet, and I think that entire bit could have been taken completely out of it, and then the film would have been about half an hour shorter, and it would have been.
I was fine with it myself.
And there was.
I liked seeing that planet.
Because
I like the design of it.
Because to me, it felt a little bit too much like Earth, and it just takes a toll on the pacing. Just makes it a little bit. And I think the pacing, like I said, the pacing is just off. I mean, yeah, the pacing is just off. I think in this movie. Because after watching it the second time, I realized that there are long moments where I'm just like, I'm not really. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, but second time watching it, I really felt that I feel like the pacing was off.
You know what does annoy me? Using natural lighting, because we've just set up this shot, and then the lighting has just changed. The sun's gone behind a cloud, so now it looks like shit.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
I will say a lot. There are a number of characters, not a lot, but there are a few wasted characters. Without spoiling anything, can I say any names without spoiling anything?
Yeah, you can say names. So there are new characters. There's Rose, DJ, and
I think I liked Rose.
Captain
Rose was good. Although the way her arc ended, I wasn't a fan of. Although Snoke, Phasma, Benicio del Toro's character, all wasted, completely.
What were the ones you said? Snoke.
Snoke.
I absolutely love Snoke Show in the movie. I I was fine with.
I think they
everything
can.
that
I think
happened with
they completely wasted an opportunity to actually explain him. And plus he was one of the weaker elements of Force Awakens. So I'm kind of at the same time, even though I'm not happy with how they handled him. I mean, I liked obviously Andy Serkis is great, and he did a great job. But I felt like they just didn't explore him enough.
Should we just get into spoilers? Because I think everybody's going to see this film anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to see it because it's Star Wars. Okay, so
so all of your Snoke theories were wrong, right? Just saying it right off the bat.
Not necessarily. Snoke dies. If you're still watching this and you're annoyed about spoilers, just don't comment about it because we just told you.
Yeah.
So Snoke dies, but it doesn't say that he's not any of the theories. I am very. We have different opinions in this. I'm very, very happy that they did not pause for Snoke to say, "I am Darth Plagueis," because Rey would be like, "Who the fuck is Darth Plagueis?" Darth Plagueis means nothing to her. I mean, it means nothing to Kylo Ren either. Any reveal of who he was would have meant nothing to those two characters. So there is no point of revealing in any of the scenes that he's in who he is. We still have a million comics that are gonna talk about Snoke.
But at the same time, I just feel like he didn't have much of an impact throughout the film.
There are gonna be 50 different comics telling us, and we'll find out who Snoke is in one of them, or a book,
but
or a game.
I mean, he looked great. He had a great voice, obviously, Andy Serkis. But I just felt like he didn't really have a great presence. I just felt like he didn't have a very big impact on anything. And then he just dies, and I'm like, oh great, well I guess that's the end of Snoke. I mean, unless they explore in Episode 9, but I doubt they will.
Here is Snoke.
I doubt they will.
Holding a pork, like the very famous scene in the film.
Anyway, Phasma. Nothing to say really. She's in one scene, and like
I was a bit let down, but cause I was really looking forward to the Finn and Phasma fight.
Yeah.
Which was about one shot in the film, if I remember correctly.
It was like one scene, and it's like because I was expecting a shot throughout the film, and which would lead to that scene where Finn cracks her helmet, and you see a bit of her eye.
That was good. I liked that.
Yeah,
I liked seeing Gwendolyn Christie. Just to like one particular moment, it is her in the suit.
Yeah, I mean but I think, but what they should have done is that she should have been throughout the film on a personal vendetta against Finn, which would make that scene have a lot more of an impact. But it's just one scene of her, and then she dies, presumably. Again,
just get back to the next one. FN 2187, I've come for my revenge.
Again, the rule is in film, TV, video games, if the person is not actually confirmed dead on screen, then they are not dead. It could be for everything. Full explosion, shot, blown up, same thing. Splatting on the ground, could be anything, right? But if they're not actually confirmed dead on screen, then they are not dead.
Yeah, I am.
So
I can't be too disappointed because everybody's referring to her as the new Boba Fett before The Force Awakens came out. So it's like, yeah, she is the new Boba Fett. So I'm not surprised she didn't get a lot of screen time like Boba Fett. It would have been cool to have more screen time with Phasma, but I'm not annoyed by the lack, but by what we got.
Benicio del Toro's character didn't need to be in the movie, I don't think.
Yeah. I think what they should have done is just had Rose be a hacker. Because we don't know Rose. So why wasn't she just able to do that? And then it would cut out Canto Bight, which you didn't like.
Also, there's this weird, like it's completely random. There's just this random sort of message about animal cruelty in the film that just comes out of nowhere. It's so, obviously it's subtle, but it's not subtle. I mean, it's basically blown up in your face, even though they don't talk about it. It's basically, I don't know. What do you think? Did you get, there's this weird, random message about animal cruelty that comes out of nowhere, which seemed kind of out of place. I don't know. Seemed kind of forced. I don't know. But then you have Chewie swiping a porg, so that kind of contradicts. But whatever.
And eating a porg as well.
Yeah.
Sin made me cry. Leave the porg alone. Look how cute this is. You can't eat this. No. So what did you actually think about Porgs?
They're not Ewoks, and that's the best, and that's the best compliment I can give it. They're not Ewoks. They're not Ewoks.
Yeah, I think the Porgs, I like them because they weren't in it. They didn't get in the way of any scenes.
Yeah.
They were in quite a few shots.
I mean, they don't do something stupid like take down fucking stormtroopers or something like fucking Ewoks. Pissed me off. That always pissed me off in Return of the Jedi when.
Yes, I'm fine with them. They don't do anything. They're not annoying. Like,
I mean,
the Gungans.
And they're not complete, and they don't do ridiculous, and they're just not, and they're not like, and they're not like, and they're not Ewoks, which is the best, which is a good thing.
Because I kind of like Ewoks, but
I hate Ewoks. They're just pointless, and they do things.
But I like Porgs more because they just don't do anything, so you can't get annoyed. It's like they were based on puffins, which were actually on the island where it was filmed. So it's like, yeah, they're just like puffins. One will fly past, doesn't do anything, makes a noise. It's realistic. It's something that's just.
I mean, if we can just get all the things that we didn't like out of the way.
Well, we need to talk a bit more about Rose.
I like
Rose and Paige. I think they were the two best new characters. Obviously, Paige was in about 2 minutes, but
Wait, Paige.
Paige is Rose's sister.
Oh, wait, how do you know the name?
Because it says it once in the film.
Oh, I completely didn't recognise that.
I think it says it once in the film.
Although I don't like how Rose's arc ends, like when she just kisses Finn. That just seemed really out of place. I don't know. It's like I don't know why they had to do that. I don't know.
I was fine with it because if you remember at first, when she first meets Finn, she's like idolizing him. So I guess it's similar to like in Spider-Man: Homecoming when what's the name? Michelle. No, that's the other girl. What's the girl that he likes? Liz. When Peter Parker overhears Liz saying, "Oh, Spider-Man's cute. I like Spider-Man." I guess it's that sort of thing where she idolizes him.
Yeah.
And likes him because of it.
Oh.
Except, obviously, you couldn't get that scene because Finn doesn't have a secret identity.
Yeah. Oh, very quick. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to say, rest in peace, Admiral Akbar. You will be missed.
Oh yeah, Admiral Akbar died.
But then again, didn't the actor who played him die? Didn't he die? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and that explains why. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Holdor was is that her name? Admiral Holdo.
Laura Dern. Laura Dern.
She meant nothing in that film. She had a good death scene, but it should have been Leia. Because the worst scene in the film, there's a really good scene where Adam Driver, Kylo Ren, who is the best. I love it. But
we'll talk more about him later.
He flies in, and he's considering whether to shoot Leia. He has his finger on the trigger. He's about to. He thinks about her, decides not to. That's a good scene. Then, was it Stormtroopers? Stormtroopers
TIE fighters.
Yeah. They come in and shoot him. So it's like, she still died. That's a good scene. Leia dies. That's a good end to Leia's. Leia's arc.
I feel like if
But then you see her face and it's like, oh no, they're going to do something stupid, aren't they? And then they do something stupid where Leia force pulls herself back into the ship.
No, but you see, I didn't like that at first, but when I thought about it, I was like, well, I guess if you have the Force in you, then you should be able to pull yourself back into. And plus, unlike other space movies, in Star Wars you don't die when you're in space, so if you have the Force in your blood, then you should be able to force pull yourself back to safety. Even though when I first watched it seemed really weird, but after thinking about it, it does make a little bit more sense than when I watched it.
I don't like the concept, but I hate the visual. It looks like Christopher Reeve flying as Superman. It just looks dumb.
Yeah, but Christopher Reeve was a great Superman.
Yeah, but not in Star Wars is what I mean. In Star
Yeah,
Wars,
but the difference is
in Star Wars with Princess Leia doing it.
Yeah,
After this great, really good death scene, I hated that scene. That's my only major problem with this film is that scene. Either kill her off with the Kylo Ren scene where he's about to kill her, then the TIE fighters come in and do it, or don't kill her off there. Keep her like properly alive throughout the film. Don't introduce Holdo. Make her do the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Holdo sacrifice.
I mean, to be fair, they did finish all of her scenes before she died. So. Obviously.
Yeah, but I just mean in general. Even if Carrie Fisher was still alive, I would still have this thought that if you're gonna kill her,
no, because
the way to do it.
Because when she was still alive, they were the plan was that she was going to be a focal of a big part, like a much bigger.
Yeah, although
big
they're rewriting the whole film now because Colin Trevorrow got fired because they didn't like Book of Henry.
It's funny. The only review I saw of that was positive. No, I like the only online review that I saw of that film on YouTube was positive. But yeah, all the other reviews that I've seen are negative. I don't contradicting stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. So
either that or they just didn't like Jurassic World. So.
Yeah, just. That scene where Holdo sacrifices it, that's quite good. I like when it goes slow motion. You see it cut through all those ships. And then you hear it because obviously light is faster than sound, so slow motion, the sound comes afterwards. I really liked the visuals of that scene, but it would have meant, from a character standpoint, it would have meant a lot more if it was Leia.
To me, I felt like Holdo's sacrifice just meant nothing because I didn't like her as a person.
Yeah,
didn't like her as a character
and didn't know who she was.
Yeah, I mean, Laura.
I don't just mean backstory because obviously Rey doesn't have that much backstory, but you know who she is because you learn who she is from the way she acts, like what type of person she is.
I mean, Laura Dern's a good actress, but her character just felt useless. Plus, and her sacrifice, even though the sacrifice looked great, it was done masterfully done. It was masterfully done. It just didn't have any. I just didn't have it. It didn't have any weight behind it.
Just make Leia do it.
Which makes me think how they're going to handle 9 because at the end of 8 you clearly see all of them, the remaining rebels and stuff, and Leia safe. So I'm wondering how they're going to do that in 9 if they're going to jump time, which I don't know. It's going to be weird because they said they're not going to digitally recreate her, which is good. I don't want to see another Tarkin, and from Rogue One.
Yeah.
I don't want. I mean, they've already done that to Leia in Rogue One. I don't want to see them do that to her in to old Leia, and yeah, it's good. So I'm glad, but it's going to feel especially because I remember they said that each film in this new trilogy was going to have for instance Force Awakens Han it was sort of like Han's movie, then Last Jedi Luke Skywalker's movie, then Episode 9 was supposed to be Leia's movie. I mean obviously not really their movie, but you know what I mean, the focal point was on them, and then but obviously since Carrie Fisher's now passed away, obviously that's not going to happen.
Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
How do you feel about the existing characters? So Luke, Finn, Rey, Kylo.
Well, Luke. Best performance from Mark Hamill that I've seen in the Star Wars universe. This is by far his best performance, and I loved how they handled it. At first, now I've seen a lot of people complain about how Luke behaves in this movie, but I think it actually makes sense because
it makes complete sense.
Yeah, because think about it. Because in the prequels, Yoda was made to be this Wait, can I just?
Yeah.
Yoda was made to be this this figure who everyone respected, and who everyone went to for advice or whatever. I saw someone describe it like this. I thought it made really good sense. And then obviously in Revenge of the Sith, he goes away he goes to hiding or whatever. Not hiding, but he goes away, yeah. And then in Empire Strikes Back, he acts completely different, and and I think about it. Well, if the same thing happened to Luke, if Luke, because of what happened with Ben Solo, went into hiding, obviously he would change as well, just like Yoda did.
Yeah, I think people saying, why did Luke change? is stupid because how old's Mark Hamill? About 50? I don't know how old he is.
I don't know.
But it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
People change in 30 years. I think I have more of a problem with Yoda changing that much because obviously he's a lot older, so that 20 years, obviously it's less time, but
You're talking about between Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. That being said,
that's less time. But it's even less time when you consider how old he is. So it's weird that there's more of a difference there. But then this makes sense because it's a larger percentage of his life. That it makes sense for a moral change, especially if you go through almost killing your own. What's it called when it's your brother's son? Nephew.
I don't. Your brother's son. I think nephew.
We'll just go with nephew. It might be wrong, but sure, we'll go with nephew. If you almost kill your nephew, and then because of that, the entire galaxy is, gone to shit because you tried to kill your nephew, that's gonna mess with your head. Anybody expecting to be like, yeah, I'm Luke Skywalker, let's go take down, like, anybody that's expecting him to act as happy as he did in the original film, you're wrong. You are completely wrong. As you progress in life, you realise life is pain. But yeah, of course he's different. That's called character progression.
Speaking of which, going back to Yoda, seeing him in the film was amazing. I did not expect to see him, and I loved it. It was puppet Yoda. It wasn't stupid CG Yoda. It was puppet Yoda, and it was so good seeing him. I saw one person, Angry Joe, complain about how Yoda looked weird, but like, go fuck yourself, Angry Joe. If you're watching this, go fuck yourself. All right, seeing Yoda was amazing. I loved it. And I love that scene. It was like Luke's like the ancient texts, and then Yoda's like, read them, have you?
Yeah, I liked Yoda in this. It was good to see him again. It was surprised I didn't expect to see him.
I mean, this movie has a lot of surprises. This is a movie that you need to go in knowing as little as possible, so that you can. Because what I definitely appreciate is that a lot of people's complaints with The Force Awakens was that it was too similar to films to what we've seen before, and I like how Rian Johnson. How Lucasfilm and Disney let Rian Johnson have his vision with the Star Wars.
Yeah. And then obviously, as we've seen, people are never happy.
Yeah. I even made them fans just love to complain and contradict themselves.
Yeah. Everybody says different. Before they were saying, "I want something different," and then they complain, "This is different." So.
Yeah. I even made a little meme about it, which.
But yeah. I'm very happy that it had surprises. This is not going to go the way you think.
Yeah. A little bit of foreshadowing from the trailer.
Yeah, so I like her.
Rey, I like her a lot more. I like her a lot more now that I've found out a lot more about her.
Yeah, she has more depth.
And Rey, Daisy Ridley still does a great job. I thought she did a great job in Force Awakens, and she does an even better job here. I saw some people on Twitter complaining that she's still uninteresting. I was like, I don't see it. I think her Daisy Ridley's performance, and we learn enough about her to where we understand that she
we know her character.
Yeah.
We're familiar with her character.
And I like how they address the fact that they address the absurdity of Kylo Ren in the Force Awakens fight being defeated by someone who's never held a lightsaber in their life. I like how they address that.
Yeah. I liked Rey in it. I love the reveal that she's nobody, because I hate everything having to be connected.
Yeah. Anakin Skywalker building
who's Snoke? He must be Mace Windu. Who's Rey? She must be Luke's daughter. Who's Poe? He must be I don't know.
Finn's lover.
Well, yeah, but I think before Force Awakens came out, people thought it was Han Solo's son.
And we all know how that turned.
Who's Kylo Ren? Oh, he's Luke Skywalker. That was the worst theory ever. Like, everybody has to be connected, and people do this with Star Wars. People do it with Marvel. People do it with any
fandom does it.
Yeah. People try and connect things too much, but that's not how life works. If I go up, if I meet a new person, am I gonna go, "Are you Darius's mum's friend's son?" And you go, "What are you talking about?" Not everybody in this. How many people are in this world? A lot. Star Wars is a massive galaxy. There's going to be more people, so there's less chance of people being connected. So of course, Rey is not. I don't know.
Unless they address it again in Episode 9 and they.
Yeah, because Ryan Johnson said, Kylo Ren thinks he's telling the truth in that scene. So either he's telling the truth, or Kylo Ren doesn't know the truth. So Kylo Ren is not intentionally lying. He said it's J.J. Abrams and the other writer.
The guy who wrote Batman v Superman.
Can't wait. It's their decision.
I think
in Episode 9, if that's true, which does bother me a little, because if there's one person who's gonna go, it was all a dream. That the First Order is building a second Starkiller base.
Oh my god! If they do that, I will fucking kill myself.
If there's one person that's gonna do that, it's J.J. Abrams. I think he's a great director, but
actually,
I wish he was a little bit more original.
I heard an interview. Someone connected to the film said that he what he did in Force Awakens, the reason he made it simple is because he felt like he needed to ease people back in.
Yeah.
But because he's already done that, he feels like he can do what he wants now. So I don't know if that means we'll get something more original or what, but we'll have to wait and see.
He said that with Star Trek too.
His first Star Trek film was different.
No, Star Trek 2.
Oh, so that was Star Trek Into Darkness. Oh, you're talking about Into Darkness.
Yeah, if there's one person that's gonna do that, it's J.J. Abrams. So I'm just a little bit hesitant.
I prefer him to Colin Trevorrow, but.
So yeah, who else was
Finn,
that?
Finn.
He got a little bit more development, just not lots. I like him as a character. A lot of people don't like him. I wouldn't like him as a friend, but as a character in a film,
yeah,
I like watching him.
Yeah,
he's funny. To watch.
Yeah,
but I would get annoyed if he was a real person. Yeah, with his lying and stuff like that. But I think he's brave. He's got that. A lot of people just say they don't like him because he lies to Rey and stuff like that. Yeah. So I wouldn't like him in real life, but it's a character in a film,
Yeah, he's a good character. And Poe, he has a lot more to do in this film.
Yeah.
I mean, Poe was one of my favourite characters in The Force Awakens, even though he had the least amount of screen time. And now he has a lot more to do in this film, which I loved.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac always does a great job, unless it's X-Men Apocalypse. But he usually does a great job, and he did a great job in this film.
I think that performance was great. The acting in that was brilliant, and I don't mean that by it was definitely realistic, because obviously people are going to say the dialogue isn't exactly how humans speak, but it's I don't really care. I just love watching him.
Yeah,
I love watching his cocky, trigger happy, just up his own cockpit type. I just really love watching his character. Again, I don't know if I'd be friends with him, but watching him on screen is so much fun.
Because when I watched Force Awakens, I was like, he seems like someone who I definitely want to hang out with. In this film, he seems a lot more cocky, but it's fine.
Yeah, great to watch on screen. Amazing performance.
Chewie's good. Chewie's good.
Chewie doesn't have much.
Yeah, he doesn't do much. He has
just sort of hits the pork, which I would never do. Love my pork here.
If we didn't already hit the creepy bestiality vibe already, then this certainly did.
Speaking of bestiality.
Oh my god.
So this one time I was out with... No, I'm joking. So Luke drinks some milk.
Yeah, from a creature.
A lot of people are annoyed at that. It's like, why are you annoyed? It's such a throwaway scene. It's Star Wars. Of course, there's a weird alien creature.
That just happens to have, cow udders.
Cow doesn't look like that.
Oh, udders of some kind.
But yeah,
I almost said
if anybody's shocked that there is an alien in Star Wars that doesn't look like something we've seen in life, it's like, dude, have you been watching Star Wars?
Yeah.
So I like that. Well, I wouldn't say I liked it. It's weird to say that you liked seeing somebody drink weird alien breast milk.
Carrie Fisher does a great job. She gives a good performance.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher was quite good. I just wish she either they killed her off at the death scene or just didn't do the fake out death scene, because I just don't want to see her flying through space like Christopher Reeve. It doesn't do anything for me.
Darkness rises and light to meet it. I won't let them win! Rated PG-13.
I absolutely love Kylo Ren. He has become one of my favourite Star Wars villains. He is amazing. He is such a good character. I remember when Force Awakens came out, everyone complained about how he looked, about how, he was just a whiner, he had daddy issues. I was like...
Yeah, it's like, that's the point.
It's like, he's conflicted, alright? And I think... I almost said Oscar Isaac. Adam Driver does a phenomenal job, and Kylo Ren is such a good character. He has by far become one of my favourite Star Wars villains.
Yeah. Everyone's going to get annoyed in the comments. You're going to say, oh, why don't you prefer Darth Vader? Because he's the original. I really like Darth Vader. But Kylo Ren has more going on. And he's hotter. So, I like him more. Yeah, Kylo Ren he has more character depth. And
he has a cool...
And I just really... Yeah, he has a cool lightsaber. And... great actor as well.
Yeah.
I really like Adam Driver.
Yeah.
He's great. So, I know you've got to like the original series, but I prefer the original films, but as a villain, Kylo Ren is better than Darth Vader in my opinion. I like him more.
Yeah.
Same with Blade Runner. I prefer the new one, but like almost every other case, I prefer the original. But yeah, so
no, wait. If you're talking, this is completely unrelated to Star Wars, but I prefer the Fly remake to the original, the other one with Jeff Goldblum. And also the thing, I know this is completely unrelated, but I also prefer the remake of the Thing, not the prequel, but obviously the one by John Carpenter. Anyway, moving on.
what else?
The pacing again off.
I was fine with it.
It's just like the whole counterbite scene takes a dip on the pacing. It just makes it because I'm not as interested in what's going on in counterbite as I am with like Rey and Luke or with Kylo Ren and all of that. I'm like I like this is interesting. I like this, but I'm more. But can we just get back to Rey and Luke having conflict? I prefer that.
I understand that complaint, but I wouldn't want Counterbite taken out of the film just because I really like the Counterbite Casino, just because obviously it takes a turn when it turns out they're all selling weapons, which is a bit naughty, but I really like that setting, sort of rich. Look at all these people. It was like. Obviously, it was like the Cantina and Maz's Castle, where you see all these cool alien designs. But I thought it was quite interesting to see the well-off aliens, because obviously more of them were in suits. They were more well-dressed than, Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see a different type of aliens.
Yeah.
different status. But yeah, well, Snoke died.
Cool. It has some of the best. This film has some of, if not the best, action sequences or best filmed action sequences I've seen in a Star Wars film. The lightsaber fights are absolutely amazing. There are not a lot of them in the film, but they are amazing, absolutely amazing. They are shot beautifully. I love how Rian Johnson did something I've always wanted to start in lightsaber fights. Is that he made them widescreen, not widescreen.
What do you mean? Long shot.
They made them like long shots almost. You know where the actual they're on a lot of close up shots, which I loved.
I wasn't too fussed on the Kylo versus Luke fight. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Is what I mean. But there really wasn't a fight because obviously Luke ended up being a hologram. I wish there was actually. But I really like the Kylo Rey fight. I thought that was great because it starts with that long shot and sort of long take. It was about 30 seconds, which for that film is a long take. Obviously for maybe somebody like Tarantino or compared to Birdman, which is entirely a long take. Obviously there are cuts, but
or Birdman.
Yeah.
Or even just Daredevil, the series Daredevil. You know that.
So compared to other things, it might not be a long take, but compared to the other shots, that's a long take.
Yeah.
Like almost John Wick-esque, where it's a long shot. And I love seeing them work together. I like in action movies when you see different people working together, rather than just some action films where it's they're on the same team but they're all doing their own thing. You could see Kylo Ren and Rey, they were like working together. Like there's a bit where you chuck the lightsaber and he turns it on and it hits the face. Great teamwork.
I think one of my bigger complaints with this new trilogy is that there aren't a lot of lightsaber fights, but I understand why. I
don't mind.
It's just I wish there was a proper Luke versus Kylo fight instead of Luke just being a hologram.
I'm sure that they're gonna end the trilogy with a massive fight between probably Kylo Ren and Rey, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because Luke's dead.
Yeah, but what I mean is just that's probably the way the trilogy's gonna end, right?
Probably. I would have liked to see Kylo Ren properly fight actual Luke Skywalker. I thought that would have been cool, but whatever.
I don't mind too much. It gave me my favourite lightsaber moment, just that long shot, and then the rest of the fight as well would be my favourite fight, but specifically that shot was great. Kylo Ren, there's some emotional conflict about, so it means a lot more. It means a lot and looks pretty cool as well.
I mean, this film is just really good. It is definitely a film you should definitely go see. I mean, obviously it's not for everyone, judging by the very mixed responses online. It's not for everyone, but I definitely recommend giving it multiple watches. Just to because if you watch it once and you don't like it, just give it another watch. Just give it a few more watches and see if you still don't like it after that.
So, overall, who would you recommend this film to?
Star Wars fans, people who are looking for a very different type of Star Wars movie. This film it takes different directions. Some a lot of liked, but some of them I didn't like. It has some wasted characters, but the characters that we already know are still great. Has great performances, great visual effects, obviously. Great. John Williams' score is much better than it was in his score is much better than his Force Awakens score. It looks great. The movie. I just said that. I think this movie visually looks a lot more appealing than The Force Awakens, and it has better camera work as well. And I think it's a lot more focused on the characters this time around. Which is why the action sequences they are there, but they're not like a big focus. If you're looking forward to it, watch it. Though I recommend going in there with no expectations, because that way That way you'll be surprised. That way you'll end up liking it a lot more than you probably would if you went in there with any expectations.
Yeah, I liked it. I'd recommend it just to everyone, just for one viewing. Just warning: don't make 100 theories on who Snoke is and all that, because a film does not exist to support your fan theory. A film exists to tell a story, both with plot and with visuals. It does not exist to make you happy, saying, "Ooh, I predicted that Kylo Ren was going to be shirtless in this film," which is actually something I predicted. I'm annoyed I didn't do a prediction video, because I would have said that. Because I was just looking at Adam Driver, I was like, "Ooh, I want to see this man shirtless," and then I did. That's yeah, that was a good scene.
So overall,
just don't go in expecting it to be exactly the way you expect it to be, because that's stupid with any film, because it's not going to go the way you expect unless it's generic. Or you wrote it.
I mean, I say we give this film an 11 porgs out of 12.
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, which isn't too high, but it's not too low.
I'd give it an 8. I'd give it an
but
8.
yeah,
It's really good.
Just don't get annoyed that it doesn't support your fan theories.
I'd give it an 8 or not. I don't know. You see, because it's not as good as Blade Runner or anything, but like I think I'd give it an 8. Or I think later on I might change that to a 9, but like definitely an 8. I think. It's definitely a great film.
I can understand why people are annoyed that it didn't support their fan theories, because like it's like Edgar Wright says about why he won't watch Ant-Man. He won't watch Ant-Man because it's not the film he wants. It's like watching somebody have sex with your girlfriend. That's a quote he said about Ant-Man, why he hasn't watched it. I can understand that, but in this case, because you weren't assigned the director of the film, so expecting it to meet your wishes.
I mean, one thing I can definitely say is that I am looking forward to episode 9. That's one thing I can definitely say. I'm looking forward to see what they do with episode 9.
Sort of, for me. I'm just a little bit worried. This is J.J. Abrams and...
Yeah, but he's a good director.
Yeah, but he's a great director, but generic. And the other guy as well.
What other guy? Or the other
Batman
writer?
v Superman guy.
I don't even know if that's true. I think I saw that one somewhere. I don't know. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it because I'm excited to see where they take these characters, considering how this film ends and everything. This film is, there's a lot to process, but it's a good film. You should definitely go see it.
Yeah, good film. Would recommend. One thing quickly. I forgot to mention cinematography. Cinematography is overall it's acceptable, but there are a lot of great shots rather than overall being amazing. That's what I think. But yeah. It's good.